Good morning, gang. It's Mindset Monday. And like I promised, we have some of our top contributors on here in the 55 plus family. I don't pick them. Facebook just gives me the list of all the people that are making a difference. You're looking at two of my girlfriends in here, too, top contributors group. I want to share with you. So we have both Vicki and Miriam, and they'll both will be meeting the 15-minute limit, you guys. But the theme for this entire week is overcoming. And what's really cool is Albert Einstein said, a person who never made a mistake never tried anything new. So you might be making mistakes, but that's because we're trying new journeys, right? With our fitness pillar and our nutrition pillar. So do be willing. Learn from the top contributors. What are some of the tweaks and stuff they do? It's really important. So the two questions that they're going to be kind of addressing for this overcoming theme this week is, first one is how you overcome being overwhelmed, fitting your fitness and food pillar into a busy life. And telling you, this is the thing everybody says to me, Pam, if I do the fitness, then my laundry gets behind. If I do my laundry, then I don't have time to do the fitness. So it overwhelming, we can all be overwhelmed, but what are some ways we can walk away from that to overcome? And then the second question is, what thoughts, habits, and choices contribute to your best, happiest, healthier life? So we're going to take it away. It's going over to Vicki first. Go ahead, girlfriend. Share from your heart. I know you have notes. This is Vicki's prime way of communicating, and I love it.
Okay. Hello, everybody. I love you guys so much. I was initially overwhelmed because I wanted to learn as fast as possible, as much and as fast as possible. And then the food planning and that sort of thing was a bit overwhelming for me. So I had to dial it back, slow down, make it my own pace. And so then I just started learning with the tips and tricks that I got. And I started trying new foods, what worked, what didn't work, and I adjusted. It's a constant adjustment. The fitness, the nutrition especially, is the adjustment. You know, adjust it, make it your own. And so that was big. And versus just a one and done. It doesn't fit everybody. So you have to adjust, constantly adjusting. And that makes it your own, which is what DDPY is known for. So on my other thing, I'm going to just point out that to also imply that, remember, as I gave this advice to somebody recently who was backsliding, we are human. We are not bulletproof. Okay. Life fires shots at us 24/7. Okay. Many shapes, sizes, and calibers. Not always fun and exciting, but in mine, because I'm still recovering, still trying to recover my fitness and nutrition pillars that fell flat over the last few months since I had the hip replacement, before and after the right hip was replaced. And then my taste buds were hijacked and nothing tasted good. And I was losing weight because I wasn't eating, because I guess adjustments. And so that was quite interesting. And now, most recently, my mindset pillar has just been pummeled probably the last month. Unexpectedly, some more health issues that I'm dealing with. And then I quit my toxic job, which was a blessing, but still in a mindset adjustment. So I have to deal with that as well. And then last but not least, things that I've only shared with a couple people. So now you guys will also know that I've been very proactive in my physical therapy before and immediately after hip surgery to launch me into that very strong, productive progress, very successful. And 7.5 weeks post surgery, my jokester friend came up behind me and kicked me in my right hip. 7.5 weeks after surgery, and my butt cheek, my right hip, because he forgot that I had hip surgery. Well, I didn't. That was a rough day. Scary, very scary. I didn't have pain immediately, but had aches that night and the rest of the weekend. Of course, that was a Friday afternoon. All the doctors are closed. And so immediately Monday morning, I called the doctor. I said, this is what happened. I want an x-ray. I'm scared. So they got me in for x-ray, and doctor confirmed that all my PT and DDPY workouts before, during, and after physical therapy secured my new hip, and it was nice and strong, still is nice and strong. At 7.5 weeks post-op, I was scared. The adrenaline I had in my body, I probably could have knocked him out one punch. It was scary. But all is good. And I just have a little bruise back here, or had, that was probably the ache. And so that's it. But we're the DDPY program will raise up positively unstoppable warriors, overcoming life's challenges. It is possible. You just constant adjustment. You deal with what life comes at you, one thing at a time. So good job, people. Love you guys. Thank you, Pam.
You always amaze me what you battle with, because people wouldn't know it on social media. They would not know the battles you're in, sweet friends. So I'm proud of it, real proud of you. Here's another warrior to hear from. Miriam, take it away, girlfriend.
Okay, well, I'm going to start first with the overwhelm in the kitchen. If you go to our Facebook group, I did it this morning to see what there was. I use a term called mise en place. Up in the search bar, you type in MIS space EN space PLACE, and I was shocked how many videos I've done. And what that is I cook once and I have food for the week. And so what it is, I do all of my chopping. I take out all my spices from the spice cabinet. You know what it's like when you do everything and say, "Oh my God, I don't have any garlic powder, and that's the most important thing," and you can't do it. So what I do is I lay everything out for at least 3 recipes. And I have on occasion that's tuckered me out, and I just cover things with saran wrap and I do it the next day. But what it is you cook once and you eat for several days. And it's not like you make one casserole and you eat it every day for 6 days. The point is you're making 3 or 4 things. And one of the ways that I do this, and I explain this in the video, is that I find recipes with common ingredients. So let's say I'm going to do a frittata and I'm going to do onions and peppers and mushrooms and all of that. So then I might also that same day be doing a soup where I'm using the same ingredients. But let's say for the frittata, I'll prepare it with a tiny dice, and for the soup, I'll leave it in chunks. But the point is, I only have to take out the onions and the mushrooms and the peppers once, but I prepare it differently. And so it also helps with your grocery shopping. So a lot of people say, "Oh, I can't plan ahead and I don't know what I'm going to be eating." But this sort of forces you to sit down and say, "Okay, well, I like soup and I like chili, and I want to marinate my chicken in this, and I need a bottle of wishbone dressing," or whatever it is. And it helps you make that list so that you really, I mean, I can be in, and I used to do grocery shopping, meal planning and grocery shopping for my daughter also, as well as myself. I could be out of a grocery store, including waiting in line, maybe 30 minutes, 35 minutes for both of us, for both families, for the full week, because I don't have milk, onions, blah, 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 cheese. I'd write my list, but then I rewrite it so that under the milk, I put the cheese. So what I do is, in addition to making my grocery list, let's say I find the 3 recipes I want to make and I just, put it all down. I actually if you do the work in the front end, you save it in the back end. So you spend an extra few minutes and you take that initial list and then you reschedule it according to the departments in the grocery store. And the other great thing is you say, "Oh, I have onions twice. I need 2 onions." And then you say, "Oh, I think I have onions." And you go, you look, you have 10 onions. So it's a really good way to do things. So that's first of all how I get past the overwhelm with meal planning and grocery shopping and cooking. And you know, I don't do it all in one day, but we're just talking a couple of hours and I'm set for the week. And I used to be set for my daughter also. And the other thing that I wanted to talk about in stopping the overwhelm is there's a phrase that I've recently learned and I shared it with Pam, and it's transformation is now. It's not today, it's not tomorrow, it's not next week when I get back from vacation. It's now. And what I mean by that, reach for water instead of soda or coffee. That's part of your transformation. When you go out to dinner, have a side salad instead of French fries. That's a transformation. Talking about grocery shopping, I've started walking. I know this is old hat. If you're old Weight Watchers, it's not the first time you're hearing it, but walk a little further away. So I don't take the spot that's right next to the store. And the other thing I just started doing this weekend, because I just got myself a Fitbit, even if I only needed one or two things, I always took a card. I always joked and said, let me get my walker. So, but you don't get any Fitbit steps because your hands are like this. So then my girlfriend said, well, push with one and swing with the, I said, no. So what, I can't do it when I'm doing a whole grocery shopping, but if I just need a few things, I've been going in and walking and getting the couple of things, using the basket, which I've never used for, you know, if I needed two things, I would just use the cart. And so that's part of a transformation. And going for a walk and less TV. And so all of this stuff, it's not like, oh my God, how am I ever gonna do this? No. It's you get a glass of water. You know, I have to admit something. I also had my Diet Coke. I said, but I can't show this. So I'll get this. But now you know the truth. But the point is, I've made a promise to myself. I don't open this until I've finished this. That's a transformation. Okay. Still drinking the Diet Coke, but I got to tell you, I would drink 3 or 4 bottles a day or go to McDonald's and if I'm committed to drinking my water first, I think yesterday I didn't have any. I was like, oh, I didn't have any because I actually have one bigger than this. And I was telling Pam, she did, I think maybe even last Monday, how she has her 4 bottles of water and you got your water right there. So the thing is, I've been making a commitment to that, but to say I'm going to have 4 bottles of water before I have this is too overwhelming. Okay. But my transformation now is I have this and then I have this. So I think that in order for this transformation to take place in ourselves, we have to learn to take those baby steps, like use the basket instead of the car, or use the cart and start swinging your arm. You can start with that. But the point is to do, you got to really break it up into little pieces. And that this mise en place type of cooking is that also, because instead of like, oh my God, what do I have to do? I have a little dish already with the salt and the paprika and that's done. And I group it. It's not like I chop 20 onions and have it in a bowl. I take the cup and a half I need and that's it. Watch my videos, honestly, because there's a lot of them and none of them are a repeat. So you get ideas on how to do other things. All right. enough gabbing, but that's my hints for keeping it simple and moving forward and getting rid of the overwhelm.
Awesome. But if these girls think of any more things to their topic, by the way, they will leave it today in the comment section. So look for Vicki and Miriam. If they've got additional things, they're going to put it right here, you guys. And I don't know how you girls did it, but you did it in 15 minutes. So thank you. Thank you. Mindset Monday. The mind was stretching me just watching the clock. So way to go, girls. Love you. Oh, yeah. Bang.